What's up, guys? This is Chris here, and today we're going to be talking about a fairly awesome handgun. Today we're going to be going over a new release from Staccato. This is the all-new Staccato C. Now, not to be confused with the previous Staccato C, which used to be a single stack. This is their all-new double stack micro series, so it's more of a micro compact. It is a 4-inch 2011 pistol with a steel slide, aluminum frame, and a polymer grip. It is designed to be kind of a do-it-all handgun, and I think they absolutely achieved that in this category. I feel like this is one of the better guns Staccato has released in a long time, and I think this appeals to a lot more people than their competition guns do, and I'll explain why here in a second. Now, other features that come with the gun is that we have an ambi safety, we have a single action trigger system, we have the same old beaver tail grip safety, we have kind of a new grip module that has different texture on it than the previous ones have. I'm a huge fan of the grip. I like the new grip module. It has a little bit more texture than the previous one did without being so harsh. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but they've done this like micro stippling thing here that feels really good. The second thing is the grip module itself is smaller and thinner. Now, I don't love that for shooting, but it doesn't bother me when I shoot. But what I like most about that is the 1911s are really thin normally in the slide, but then the double stacks are usually pretty thick in the grip. And as you can see there, you don't gain a whole lot of thickness on the gun. So if I'm carrying appendix or I'm carrying 3 o'clock, it doesn't push on my body as much and it doesn't print as much. They were able to do that while still having an internal mag well, so the reloads are really good as well, on top of having some of the best sights you can have out of the factory. We have a blacked out rear with a fiber optic front, and then we have an optics mounting system as well as a longer rail than the CS, which was the 3-inch model. So this model actually accepts all the regular weapon lights, which I'm excited about. Now, the coolest part about this gun is not only its size to weight to capacity ratio, but its performance, as I'll show you in a second. So this gun here, we actually took out, and we've shot this a bunch already. It's kind of a reverse system from what I'm normally used to. Normally I take you guys out and I show you the first shots, whereas this one, I actually was so excited about it that I started shooting it before I needed to film with it because I've been waiting for this for a long time. And Staccato sent me this a few months ago, and we didn't have an open slot in our video schedule, so I just kept shooting it. And we've actually taken this out multiple times. We've shot varying amounts of ammunition from 115 all the way up to 147. We've shot competition ammo, and so far we've had absolutely no reliability issues whatsoever.
Wrong-handed. Oh.
Get it.
Yeah!
So not only is it very shootable, the right size to weight, but it's also very reliable. This is the same size and width as your standard 1911. Super thin by comparison to even 2011 standards, except this guy packs a 17+1 capacity, which I think is actually pretty incredible. And I feel like this is the culmination of what people wanted 1911s to be from the get-go. So I think the first complaint about the 1911 is going to be capacity. I think the second one is going to be caliber. I think the third one is probably going to be size to weight ratio, and I think the fourth one a lot of times is going to be feature set. Whereas in the modern day, I feel like a couple of those are fixed. There's a lot of 1911s in 9mm, there's a lot of 1911s with good features, and there's even double stack 1911s now, usually marketed toward competition shooters. Whereas this gun here, I sort of feel like is exactly what you would want if you were looking for a duty, all-purpose, reliable, solid 1911. You don't sacrifice any size or weight. It's 26 ounces with a 4-inch barrel, which is the exact same specs of the most popular handgun of all time, the Glock 19. On top of that, it actually has 2 rounds more in the magazine than the Glock 19 does. It has a safety, which a lot of people either look for or don't, so that's a little bit controversial. But one thing it has over the Glock 19 is shootability. That is because the single action trigger is extremely light at about 5 pounds. And the reset is faster than any other handgun, which is why when you see guys shooting fast on YouTube, or you see competition shooters in limited or open division, they almost always choose the 2011 because it is the best base platform for speed and accuracy. But now you don't have to get a big old chunky 2011. You can get a nice thin one that is small, that's the right size for carry and a good enough size to fight with. And now you can even get one that's reliable. I think this is my favorite Staccato they've released in a long time. I like the CS a lot because it's small, it's very light, and it shoots really, really well for a micro 9. But it doesn't shoot good enough for me to really replace my shield, since my shield's affordable, it's reliable, it's easy to shoot, whereas this one actually does. It's big enough to fit in my hand really well, and I'm a bigger guy, so I like the 4-inch style Commander guns. I've always liked Commander 9mm 1911s, but you are always short on capacity, whereas now not only do I get double that, but I get double plus 3, which is really impressive. So I can get 17 plus 1, which is 18 rounds in this tiny little package, and I can actually carry another magazine and reload it really quickly. On top of that, not only is it a carry gun, but it comes with premium features. We have fluted chamber on here, we have a bowl barrel, which is cold hammer forged, which is absolutely excellent. Staccatos are unbelievably accurate, by the way, as well, inherently accurate, not only with the system itself, with the barrel and the lockup, but the trigger mechanism, because it's so light and crisp and easy to use, you almost always see people shoot 2011s better than you see them shoot striker fired guns, and I've seen that time and time again. We bring out tons of new shooters on the range, we shoot with them, I bring out a variety of guns, and when it gets to the 2011s, all of a sudden the cadence of fire starts getting faster, you hear a whole lot more pings, and a whole lot more smiles too. So I think this gun certainly isn't for everybody because of the price point, but I think have the money to spend it, I honestly don't see why not. These Staccatos are the most reliable 2011 pistol that I've personally tested, but also that law enforcement has tested. Law enforcement uses Staccato on a regular basis. This is probably the first 2011 we've ever had on the channel that I think I might actually carry on a regular basis. I like that it has a huge amount of capacity. I like that it's super shootable. I like that I could literally hit a target on demand within 100 yards whenever I needed to. The other day we were shooting this in a rainstorm and I was cold, I was tired, my hands were sore, and I was still able to get accurate hits at 85 yards on a steel target.
Yeah,
so someone told me that you can't hit a target from back here with this little gun in the rain, so we'll see.
I guess we'll see. Don't be talking shit to your spouses, y'all. All right, get it.
What was that? And over the past few weeks of shooting this gun, I've been extremely impressed. Now, as far as 2011s go, there obviously are some downsides. First off, you are going to have to get used to the manual safety, and you are going to have to get used to the grip safety. The grip safeties on the Staccatos are better than most because they have this big memory pad, and they don't actually have to be pushed all the way flush to disengage, which is a huge downside to a lot of pistols, especially competition pistols. Because a lot of times if you're gripping the gun at an awkward angle, for example, or one-handed, like if I'm over here left-handed, I'm riding that safety, if I let off pressure just a little bit, it'll let off that grip safety a little bit, but on Staccatos, not enough for it not to work. So that's 1+1 for Staccato. Now, the second thing about the manual safety is if you operate the gun correctly and you use the gun correctly, you shouldn't have any problems with the manual safety. If you build it into your battery of arms where you're going to not only sweep off the safety, but ride the safety over top while you're shooting, you won't accidentally bump it up like a lot of people I've seen on YouTube. That's one of the biggest complaints I've seen, and if you just move your thumb up a little bit, you won't have that issue. I think this is one of the better guns that have come out in 2024, but I'm obviously biased because the 1911 is my favorite platform, so obviously the next evolution of the 1911 would excite me. That being said, if it's not for you, I completely understand, but for me, this is one of the coolest guns I've seen in a long time. Now we're gonna hit you with a 1,000-round review down the road, so if you're interested in that, make sure to like and subscribe. If you wanna see a versus video with this gun, let me know that in the comment section below. If you like this style of video, also let me know in the comment section below. And finally, if you want to get in that giveaway, link in the description below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your Oklahoma shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.